Hey, it's Ian with Tri Training Diaries. This is video number 15 of the series, and I'm shooting this on Sunday, April 28th, the day after my first sprint triathlon. I'm pretty excited. This is going to be the most exciting video of the series. So, first sprint triathlon is done of this season. Yay! And I have to say, initial reaction is that it went really, really, really well. The first thing I'm going to say is I got there way too early. The race started at 8. Doors opened, or the gates opened at 6. And I thought, I'll get there at about 6:15. I got there at 6 and got my race number, got my body markings, set up my transition. I got all that done in about 15 minutes. And then I walked the race course, at least the transition area, into the bike, into the run, like twice. And I still had an hour to burn. So in the future, I'm not going to get there as soon because I was just standing around doing nothing. Not a big deal. So I waited around for a while, and then finally I saw a couple other guys, a couple other racers getting their wetsuit on. And so put my wetsuit on, got my body glide, did the whole thing, and then got in the lake. There were some people warming up, swimming. Got in the lake. It was wetsuit legal. I think they said it was like the water temperature was mid to upper 60s. So the swim, they had a wave start. They started in waves, not a total mass start. And by the way, there were about, I think there were 323, a little over 300 participants in this race. And that's all ages, all ability levels. So my swim wave, we were wearing yellow caps, and it was, I believe it was 20 to 39. Ages 20 to 39 was my wave. And it's funny, I estimated that there were about 50 or 60 athletes in my swim wave. And counting the number of male participants in from the 20 to the 39, it was 58. So there were 58 racers, triathletes in my swim wave. Unfortunately, I started kind of towards the back, and the way the swim was oriented, it was just, there were these weird, as you got in the water, there was a weird angle you were taking to the right to get to the first buoy. So if you started way over to the left-hand side, you had to swim like way farther away and then cut into the buoy. So I started kind of in the back towards the left, and when they were saying 30 seconds, 15 seconds to start, man, I could feel my heart beating. From up to that point, I was pretty cool, pretty calm. But when they started saying 15 seconds to go, my heart was racing. And if I were to choose a couple words to describe the open water swim, it was only 600 meters, so it was about 650 yards. Terrifying, scary. The swim was terrifying. Someone who's used to swimming in a pool, and you can see the bottom of a 13-foot pool, of a 13-foot lap pool, you can't see a foot below you in this murky lake water, which I expected. This was my second open water swim ever, and first open water swim in a competition. So I started, and I was concentrating on trying to find open water to swim in. I wasn't really concentrating on my stroke. I wasn't concentrating on breathing. So the first 200 meters were scary. I was gasping for air, wasn't very efficient, and was climbing all over people. Luckily, not many people were climbing on top of me. I was climbing all over people. People were kicking me, hitting me. I was kicking people, hitting people. And at about I would estimate before the first big buoy was 250 yards-ish. Just before that, I was taking a stroke with my right arm, which, if you didn't know, I played baseball for about 12 or 13 years, pitcher mainly. So this arm is a little bit what we call lax. It's a little bit loose. I was taking and this has never happened to me in the water, taking a stroke, I hit someone's leg coming down like this, my shoulder popped out of socket and then popped back in again. I'm thinking, oh, it hurt. So right now, actually, my shoulder's pretty sore, but I couldn't do anything about it then. I had to keep going, keep pushing on. I got to the turnaround buoy, which was at about 250 yards, and that's really when things opened up. I would say, this is rough, random estimate, I would say at that point I was maybe 20th, maybe 15th or 20th coming around that buoy, turning to kind of come back to shore. And that's when a lot more room opened up. I could finally take about 5 or 6 or 7 strokes, sight, 5 or 6 or 7 strokes, and sight again. And that's where I really settled in. That's where I started concentrating on my breathing. I just said to myself, slow down, slow down, slow down. Because really it's not worth it to push it, and be gasping for air and be panicking. So I did that. I slowed down and worked on my stroke, worked on my breathing, and the rest of the swim went pretty well. I would say I came out of the water, judging by the results in the 20 to 39 age range. I came out of the water 7th, which is pretty good. That is a victory in and of itself for me, since I was not looking forward to the swim. So I come out of the water in 7th, pretty tired. My wetsuit came off easily enough, ditched my goggles and my swim cap, and then put on my cycling shoes. My cycling shoes were not clipped into the pedals like you see a lot of triathletes. I tried that a couple days earlier, and I was having a lot of trouble getting my feet into the shoes when they were clipped into the pedals. So I said to myself, I'll just loosen up my shoes, slip in my feet, tighten them down. Maybe that'll cost me 10 seconds. Not a big deal. So I put my feet in my shoes, tightened them down, and helmet on, race number on, and went. And it was at that moment, a little bit further into the race, into the bike, maybe like a mile in, when I got a little momentum going, I reached down to tighten my shoes a little bit more, and I realized my expensive S-Works, Specialized S-Works shoes, at least the BOA strap on the left shoe was broken. It's not tightening. So I kind of went the whole race with one shoe kind of loose, which didn't really excite me, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta keep on pushing on. So not really much to report on the bike leg. The bike leg went well. I went really hard, like I decided before the race even started. I knew I wanted to go hard on the bike. And judging by the results of everyone, I had the 4th fastest bike split of any athlete. I averaged 23.1 miles an hour, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. And as a note, that was without aero wheels. I can almost guarantee you that the top 10 bike splits all had deep aero wheels that cut through the air better. And I unfortunately, I bought some aero wheels. They weren't delivered in time, so I was using just some, training wheels basically. So one interesting point to mention is I was concentrating so hard on biking, and at one point in the bike leg, my head was down, and I was just turning the pedals, and I look up, and I'm drifting off the road. All of a sudden, I'm off the road, off the pavement, in the shoulder, and I'm just thinking, this is not good. And I was just crossing my fingers that there wasn't a huge pothole or didn't go down into a ditch. Luckily, I sat up, balanced my weight, and got back on the road, got back going. So the bike leg went well. I passed one athlete, and I didn't get passed by anyone else. But that one athlete I passed was behind me the whole time, so that was kind of insignificant. But the bike leg went well, went very well. After the bike leg, I get into T2, and I remembered to loosen up my shoes and slip out of my shoes before getting into T2, like you see in the big triathlon. So that was something I really wanted to do, and it worked out fine. And got my socks on, got my running shoes on, and left. And coming into T2, I think, again, I was 5th or 6th, somewhere in that range. And the run, at that point, I was really tired from putting in a hard effort on the bike. And I was tired for the run. Tired. I got passed by, I would estimate, 10, maybe 15 runners, athletes. And my 5K split was 20:39, so that's an average of 6:38 minute miles. What are you going to do? You know, that's something that I need to improve on. I need to improve on everything, of course, but my total time for the whole triathlon was 1 hour, 8 minutes, 51 seconds, and I thought that I had finished. The unofficial results were posted, and I thought that I had finished 21st overall. The real results were just posted. I just checked them, and I'll post a picture of it. I finished 13th overall. It's pretty good. I'm definitely happy with that. I was going for a top 10 finish. 13th isn't bad. And I placed first in my age category in 25 to 29. And I got a nice little medal to boot. I'll go in my collection. And, I mean, overall, this was a great experience. I'm thinking of doing a couple more sprints in May. I have an Olympic on my calendar in May, but I haven't really... There aren't that many Olympic distance triathlons around. I'm thinking about doing a couple more sprints in May, and maybe one in early June. We'll see, but definitely a couple in May. See how those go, and work on my weaknesses. Work on the running. Keep making gains. Keep working hard in the pool. Keep working hard at the bike. Get a pair of Aero wheels. See if those help. And just keep pushing on. But otherwise, I'm very happy with my fitness. I was happy with my transitions. My transitions were very quick. They were, I think my T1 was sub 1 minute. My T1 was a little bit more than a minute because of the whole wetsuit. I think it was about 1:12. And my T2, I think, was less than a minute. So I'm pretty happy with my transitions. And, you know, very happy with my performance. So there's the little race recap of my first triathlon, sprint triathlon, and you know, until the next movie, I got to keep training hard and keep focusing on that goal.